Vader's Castle 5 minutes, Director. And can I just say, I don't want to overstep my mark or nothing, but oh boy, I would not want to be you right now. I mean, this is supposed to be your big day. The best day of your life. Big payoff to years of hard work. But instead, some oily-faced old man went and told you a grand achievement for himself. Measuring years upon years of hard work. Completely redundant. Then, you went and stood in the rain just to get betrayed by your friend, shot at, and blown up. But now, just to top it all off, you've been summoned to the dark levels of this house to, let's face it, probably get horribly murdered. I mean, talk about a bad day, huh?
Hello, I'm TheHappyJawah, and welcome to a LEGO Star Wars review on Krennic's Shuttle. This set came out in September 2016, was it? September, October 2016, and it cost £85, $90. But I just got this from Argos for £50, so that's a delicious £35 off. And yeah, I couldn't resist. If you watched my analysis on the Rogue One sets ages ago, the only one that really caught my eye at all was Krennic's Shuttle, just because of the unique use of angles and looked very sleek. And after seeing the film and how cool the ship was in the film and how cool Krennic was in the film, seeing it at such a discount, I just couldn't resist. So let's go ahead and get this on the stand and have a closer look. I had to build a stand myself because it doesn't come with one. In the words of director Krennic, oh, it's beautiful. That was my amazing impression. But yeah, just look at how majestic and sleek and shiny this is. I've had to bring the camera way up and bring it way higher. But it's worth it just to show you the scale of it. The wingspan, super impressive. This is the way you want to display this thing. As I just said, you have to make your own stand. It's just made out of Lego windows. Or hang it up from the top because Lego don't provide you with like a Technic stand like they do with the UCS stuff. But yeah, here's the back with the engines, and this is the only part of the model where there's actually significant gappage and you can see inside. But everywhere else, they've managed to have a really impressive finish, sealing up all these gaps here. The wings are nice and smooth, though they've purposely left a lot of studs open just for the sake of texture and to give the impression of a bit more detail. There's intentional bluish grey areas as well, again just to add a bit of texture and detail. The shaping is so impressive and how they got the angles. That profile looks amazing as well. Also from the side, it just looks super cool to me. Got a nice printed cockpit at the top, 2 lasers here, and of course there's shooters, what are they called? Spring-loaded shooters, that's it. So you push them down underneath the wing, and they go flying and you'll never find them again. There's no mechanism to fold it up this time, it's just as simple as folding it yourself. But it is nice and smooth, and hopefully that doesn't fall beneath. It's nice and smooth. And then you got a better look at the stud shooters just there. But you have landing gear underneath. Just pull it like that, and set it down. Now with the wings fully folded up and on the landing gear, the ship still looks very cool, but just not nearly as impressive as it did in the folded out form. These only go so far, they don't really clip and sort of fold out a bit. But yeah, I don't think it looks as impressive just because the wings, while very tall for like relative to Lego standards, in relative to the size of the actual ship itself, is quite out of scale with the real thing. So yeah, this area just looks oversized compared to the size of the wings, which makes it look a bit weird. But yeah, you're probably going to want to display it folded out anyway. Also, the underside, there's been no attempt to cover this up. It's just quite ugly exposed studs. There's not much to show in this form, but if you fold the wings down, you can actually open this thing up. And there's a bit of an interior going on, or an attempt at an interior. Start off with, you fold up the main cockpit, then you can pull this out. This is all very smooth and satisfying, I say as I drop it. Then fold this out, then fold this out like that. So there is a clear attempt at an interior in here, but I'm just not convinced it's a very good one. You got this nice sort of Imperial light wall texturing there. You're also supposed to get some on this beam, but these stickers are too valuable to just stick on a random Technic beam, so I left them off for now. But these are on 2x4 tiles, so that's okay. And yeah, this is where you're going to sit Krennic. This is like his big, impressive, furnished throne sort of thing. Move that down to get a better look. And he's got the soft cape, so you can put him in there without having to worry about damaging it. And that's where he sits. We'll leave him there and close it all back up later so you can see. There's also a printed control tower here, which was used often in the Rogue One wave. You can also seat 4 other people in this craft, and even a seat here. And it is identical on the other side, but yeah, it does look a bit ridiculous if it closes up. Even then, yeah, I appreciate the attempt at an interior, because if there wasn't one, I know people would complain about it. But because there's just Technic beams everywhere and you gotta have the structure of the ship, it just really doesn't work. There is a clip there for weapons. I'm not going to be using the interior of this ship all that much. But as you can see, it does all close up, still fitting the figures in. This is very satisfying. Clips together, very flush, very nice. And you close this up, and you can see Krennic in there piloting his own ship. Similar to Kylo Ren's shuttle, you do have a loading platform sort of thing there. But of course you can't actually fit anyone in it, and it doesn't lead anywhere. But it's there just for the sake of detail. And here's a closer look at the landing gear. Sort of like on skids almost. You just fold them out like that. And there you go. Moving on to the minifigures, we're going to start with director Krennic himself in his super sweet white cape and white Imperial uniform. And it doesn't show up so much on the camera, but because the cape is such like a bright white, it actually makes the torso look like a yellowish white, like it's already yellowed. But it isn't, it's just the cape is so bright. And as you can see, it's a new sort of fluffier style, which I'm not really a fan of, again, because it's such a different white to the torso white, but also it's so thick it like gets in the way of the head quite a lot. I do like the face. It looks very much like Ben Mendo. That's pretty good. I can see a lot of the character there. The hair, I think, is an appropriate choice. Grey. Some people think it probably should have been grey, since he's quite a greyish blonde in the film. But I think grey would have just aged him too much, and he would look too much like an old man. So I think this works. He doesn't have a double-sided face, which is very disappointing. It would have been nice to have maybe angry Krennic or getting choked by Vader Krennic. But no. Wasn't given one, which is a bit of a shame. Remove the cape, you got some more details here. Plain black legs, which is fine. I guess it's appropriate. And he also comes with a silver Captain Phasma gun to represent his DT-29, I believe it is. Battlefront knowledge coming in there. Which is like a old style 6-shooter revolver sort of thing. So they probably could have just used like a pearl silver revolver instead of this, because it still isn't very accurate. Or even just use a pistol in this colour. But hey, this saves piece count, I guess. Something else I wanted to do is show you what he looked like with the more standard white cape. And this is an even older one, so it's not quite as bright a yellow and matches the torso a bit more. If I can get it on. And that looks much better in my opinion. This is flicking up a bit because I put the flaps on the wrong way. But the white matches a bit more in person, and I don't know, the texture of the cape is just a bit more appropriate. It doesn't look as fluffy and soft. And yeah, that's Krennic. Moving on to the awesome Death Troopers. We do get 2 of these in the set, and they are the variant that come with the pauldron and extra detail on the torso, which is accurate to the movie. And I don't know, I think I do prefer the version included in the battle pack, the 2017 battle pack, Well, there's a bit less going on in the torso, because, I don't know, it looks kind of a mess, and because obviously it's printed on black, to represent the black items on the shiny black torso, they had to use this grey. And it is very impressive how sharp the printing is, how clean it is, how thin they got the lines. But it's just too much detail. Like, it's a complaint I bring up a lot with a lot of the modern LEGO Star Wars minifigures, is when you give it too much detail, then it's no longer that, like, stylized simplicity that you get from LEGO, which is why I prefer this one. But that helmet is still stunning to me. Like, I think it's just straight up one of my favourite LEGO pieces ever, just because the moulding is so clean, so sharp. The printing is very nice on it. I love how reflective the eyes are. They look great. It might have been nice to get some dark green printing on the eyes, but I think that's okay. You do get printing with the lights there, and it just looks fantastic. Side detailing. Oh, they look so good. The pauldron is also very nice. There's the back printing. And the face!
Watch those wrist rockets!
And they also come with a standard blaster. It would have been nice if, like, they even just threw on, like, a chrome lightsaber like I do with my Death Trooper guns. Just to make the blasters a bit more unique like they are in the film, but oh well, such is life. We'll move on. Something that's very nice about the minifigure selection in this set is that the heroes actually balance out the villains, which is very rare. So you get Bodhi Rook here on the left, and Pow on the right. Pow is an interesting choice for a minifigure since he was, he didn't really have much to do in the film, but he was a cool presence in the group of soldiers that go to Scarif with the rest of them. Bodhi was of course part of the main squad. He just has plain grey pants, so it would have been nice to get some printing on there. Nice torso detailing. He never actually has the goggles on in the movie, I don't believe, but if you turn that around, you have an alternate face without the goggles. I don't remember seeing him smile all that much in the film either. He had a bit of a stressful time. He was a very cute character, and he went out in the perfect way, I think. Just nothing of his control. They both have backpacks. This is sort of the cable hose sort of thing that you had to plug in or whatever. That comes on a brown backpack clip, which is quite nice. And then for Pow, you remove this really nice headpiece. That's just paint, that's not dual modelling. And you have this amazingly expressive face. This represents his sweet yells that he does, because this alien species, I guess, can just open their mouth super wide. And yeah, that is an amazing face. It's so cool. That's just a sticker on his backpack there, but it works. It's nice giving them backpacks, makes them a bit more rugged. And you get some generic printing there. And that could even be used for the front of a torso. Same with this one, actually. The final minifigure is everyone's favourite reprogrammed Imperial prison droid or whatever he was, security droid, I don't know. K2SO, and I removed the shuttle out of the background just so you could see him a little better. And this is an attempt, I guess. It's not all that great. He has the super battle droid legs, and this unique torso. The head is connected to it. It's all one mold. And then, of course, standard battle droid arms. The Imperial logo on the end is a very nice touch, and just nice printing overall. Though he has this printing that represents battle damage, but it looks more like a space bird has pooed on his head. So yeah, that's not great. And you have a stud on his back, where you could put various objects in the LEGO database. But yeah, that's K2SO. There isn't that much to him. He doesn't come with a blaster, but it's just kind of nice to get, and a very unique mold. Overall, I think this is a very strong set in a Rogue One wave that otherwise didn't really excite me. I would never buy this at the full £85 price point. For the price I got it at £50, it is a fantastic deal, and I am very happy with it. It is a very unique LEGO set in the angles and the colour scheme being all black. Obviously with Kylo Ren's shuttle, they made it grey and it looked incredibly ugly rather than sleek and evil like it was supposed to look like. And like this looks like, doing a great representation of a unique ship in the film. I also really like Krennic as a character. I think he's an underrated character, so I was glad to buy this for him. For good old director Krennic, nothing went right for him, did it? It's becoming increasingly rare to buy a LEGO Star Wars set for something other than the minifigure selection. Oh, this is a very strong selection. I was most excited about the vehicle, just like I was with the Y-Wing. The build was a lot of fun. I built it alongside the Star Wars Celebration Orlando stream, so that was great. There's a lot of very clever techniques, and it's really nice seeing it come together, especially with the paneling and the angles all just being so smooth and sleek, and not horrific gappage everywhere. Like is the case of the ATT or something along those lines. But of course, if you wanted this set, chances are you've already bought it because it's months old. Hi Darth Revan! No! I'm Jen!